Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
Don, I got you.
Do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag round it, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud, hammer in the air. Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better. Voltron transform to DX Don Mega. And off scene, you probably think I'm nice, cause I slow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke all the steam on any given night. How short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about, I tune in and tune the rest out. Don, you gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air?
Well, what is going down, everybody? We are back on the air once again, and this time it is Sunday, August the 7th. We're broadcasting live on our normal day and time. This is Am I on the Air? Of course, your one-stop shop for the greatest and latest in entertainment news and reviews, TV, movies, the whole nine. You know what it is. I'm your host, Don Mega, and welcome back to the show. This is actually probably the quickest turnaround that we've had for an episode. I just did an episode, 4 days ago? This past Wednesday, I released our latest episode, which was, oh my god, it's Don Mega. And I did that one on the road. I was out of town for work, and I decided to throw together an episode at the hotel. And I do apologize a little bit for the audio on that episode. Like I said at the beginning of it, I didn't have my normal microphone or anything that I usually record with. I was on my work laptop, and I just decided, I was a couple days late, had some stuff to get together and put out for you guys, and I did the best that I could. I know there was some audio issues on that episode, kind of cut in and out a little bit, so I just thank you. It looks like the numbers were pretty good for the episode, so I thank everybody for kind of tuning in and just dealing with the sound quality the way that it was. Like I said, it's never my intention to put out crappy quality, but I figured it'd be nice to at least get an episode out for you guys. So then, therefore, here I am tonight on our typical Sunday night, as we always do a new episode of Am I on the Air? And I'm thinking, I did just do this episode a couple nights ago. I don't have all that much to talk about over the past couple days. Should I just wait another week? And I decided not to, for the pure fact of wanting to come here and do the movie review of the weekend, which of course is the number one movie in the world, and that's Suicide Squad. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that, and then at least just kind of get caught up in the news, get back on track as a Sunday night show. And so we'll do a nice little episode here and get things rocking and rolling. So let me formally introduce you once again to Am I on the Air? This is season 13, episode 5, and tonight's episode is titled, All That Chitchats Gonna Get You Hurt. So, little line there from our Suicide Squad movie, from our new Joker, Jared Leto. We'll talk a little bit more about him here in a second. Once again, if you haven't heard the latest Red Dragons Assemble, head on over to reddragonsradio.com and check out that latest episode. Oh my. It's still that episode. We are probably going to try to record August's new episode of Red Dragons Assemble either later this week or next week at the latest. So kind of keep your eyes and ears open for that. I'm looking forward to doing the new episode of Red Dragons Assemble. And, maybe popping up on some other podcasts here or there too. So kind of keep your eyes open. I just recorded a little wrestling segment from my good buddy Lowdown Wrestling. He invited me onto his show, and we talked about the NWO. We did a little flashback there, and then we also talked about the current state of the WWE draft that just happened a couple weeks ago. So it was a lot of fun being invited onto that show, and then might be doing something here with links and way off topic here maybe in the next couple nights. So keep your eyes and ears once again peeled for that, and we'll of course keep you posted on the social media. So let's talk a little bit about, once again, the number one movie in the world, the third film in the DC Cinematic Extended Universe, the DCEU. It's, of course, the universe has started with Man of Steel, continued on to Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and brings us here to Suicide Squad. This, of course, the team-up bad guy movie. Bad guys trying to do the right thing. And it was a risk. It was a big risk for Warner Brothers to decide, instead of coming out the gate and doing, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman, your big names, to go straight from Batman v Superman to a Suicide Squad. It was definitely a risk. But it's a risk that seems to have paid off. Like I said, #1 movie in the world. It's already made north of $250 million just over the weekend, and that's worldwide. Off to a very nice start. The big thing here is how will it hold up with its budget and with marketing and everything else. They're saying they really need to hit over 800 million worldwide to even break a profit. So it'll be interesting to see how they pull that one off. But Suicide Squad launched, and I've been looking forward to this movie for a long time. I mean, it was definitely, I think it was number 2 in my most anticipated list. And I know all of us here at Red Dragons Radio were holding this movie up pretty high in our views. And so we got a little nervous earlier in the week because the reviews started dropping. And I don't know what it is about DC films, man. The critics are not liking DC films. And as of today, Suicide Squad sits at 26% rotten on the Rotten Tomato scale. 26%, man. Horrible out the gate. So it made me a little nervous, to be honest. My expectations were through the roof, and I was like, man, they're hating on this film this much? But as always, I go into every film with an open mind, and I say, I'll make that judgment for myself. And I know we were all a little worried. The Red Dragons Assemble team saw this movie together, me and Geeky Pat Peeps, and we went in as open-minded as we could. And when we walked out, I think we all walked out very much enjoying the film. My brother-in-law went with us as well. I believe Peeps and my brother-in-law liked Suicide Squad more than Batman v Superman. They enjoyed Suicide Squad for what it was. They thought it was a good movie. Me and Geeky Pat liked it a little bit more, but we still enjoyed Batman v Superman more, especially the Ultimate Edition. So, little divided there, but I loved what they did here, bringing us into the cinematic universe, continuing the story, following the events of Batman v Superman. That's one thing I want to set clear, because a lot of people got confused by this. They weren't sure what the timeline was of Suicide Squad, and it definitely follows the events after Batman v Superman. You've seen in the trailer, Batman is in the film, but he's in it very, very small, and pretty much in flashback scenes when you see how certain characters were arrested. There's a couple other little cool cameos, and it's just cool how it all kind of came about. Now, this is spoiler free, so don't worry. I know some people might be going, oh shit, he's going to say something. I'm not going to say nothing, so stop. I might, depending on scheduling and stuff, so don't hold me to it, but I would love to do an Am I Still on the Air for this and do a full spoiler review, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But for spoiler free here, you've seen it in the trailers. Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis, she puts together Task Force X, which is basically the worst of the worst. They're going, spoiler alert to Batman v Superman, Superman dies at the end. So basically the premise of the story is saying, hey, we don't have Superman here anymore. No one's here to protect us. So what happens when the next evil person comes that has powers like Superman and wants to mess shit up? What do? She wants to get together the worst of the worst, put the bad guys to work, put them in the danger, and if something happens to them, then oh well, because they're just villains. Who gives a shit, right? And if for some reason they get busted on an assignment, she says they can be the patsies. They can roll over and just say, hey, it was these villains. They did it. It had nothing to do with the government. So it's very evil on the back end of it, but they make the bad guys do their bidding for them. And she puts together this squad. Deadshot, played by Will Smith, harley-quinn, Margot Robbie, Slipknot, my boy Slipknot up in the house. They have, El Diablo, Captain Boomerang, they're led by Killer Croc, of course. They're led by Colonel Rick Flag, played by Joseph Kinnaman, and you also have the Enchantress in there as well. So a really good group put together, and of course, all hell breaks loose. Now, you wonder about the Joker on this. Now, the Joker doesn't play a very big role in this. He's not in the film very much at all. But the way that they did it makes sense. Of course, his storyline is tied to Harley, and he's basically just trying to get Harley-Quinn back the entire movie because, of course, she's been arrested. She's in jail. So he wants his girl back. Big positives here. Love the chemistry between Joker and Harley Quinn. This is the first time we've seen these two characters together on the big screen, and they nailed it. It was awesome. I really liked Jared Leto's Joker. This is going to divide a lot of people. I know my brother-in-law and I believe Peeps didn't care for it that much. I really liked it. I think Geeky Pat liked it too. Now, what I also said to the guys, though, coming out of the movie was there's not enough going on in this film for you to truly judge it. Because the first instinct everybody wants to do is he better than Heath Ledger? There's no way you can compare it. Heath Ledger had a whole movie as the main villain to really sell himself. Jared Leto's Joker is in the film. If you maybe put all of his pieces together, he's in the film between 5 to 10 minutes maybe of screen time. It's not that much, and they're very small scenes cut throughout the film, so every time he'd get going, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling it. It never really went anywhere for me to truly feel like, oh man, he killed it. I thought he did a great job. I liked his portrayal of the Joker. He's a very Scarface mob boss kind of Joker that everybody's scared of, and he's really whacked and crazy out of his mind. And it works. I like it. I want to see him go up against Batman. That's what I need in this series to really know if Jared Leto's Joker's going to pull it off. But him and Harley Quinn together really sold. Their flashback scenes really sold. Harley Quinn, man, whoa. Margot Robbie killed it. She is Harley Quinn, man. The first time she said Puddin', and she said Mr. J, I was like, oh my god, dude, it's the animated series come to life. It was excellent. She was so good. Will Smith killed it as Deadshot. I know a lot of people were worried about Will Smith. Killed it as Deadshot. Viola Davis, exactly the Amanda Waller you would expect. Jai Courtney, an awesome Captain Boomerang. Not in it enough, but did a very, very good job with it. You also had Killer Croc was great. Jay Hernandez as El Diablo, awesome. I can't even recognize Jay Hernandez in this role. Everybody really killed it. I thought Joel Kinnaman did an excellent job as Rick Flag. The only hard part for me was watching it. I kept thinking to myself, like, because if you remember when they first announced the cast, Rick Flag was supposed to be Tom Hardy, and then Tom Hardy had to drop out for scheduling issues. So every time Joel Kinnaman was on the screen, I kept thinking, man, this would have been really cool if it was Tom Hardy. But I thought Joel Kinnaman did a great job. I really warmed up to his character, and I liked his motivations. So the squad chemistry and what everybody brought to the roles was excellent. The use of Batman was excellent. The Joker was excellent. I love the way they piece this together. I really don't understand the hate from any of the critics, to be honest. I really don't. But I also didn't understand it really for Batman v Superman, because I just think they're really good movies. I like the tone of the DC movies. And I don't know. I'll continue to scratch my head on this one. I saw this opening night in IMAX 3D, and it was really good in 3D, I thought. I thought it really popped on the screen. It was very visual, very colorful. I thought it did a good job. I actually went again today and saw it for a second time, and actually really liked it even more than I did the first time. So I actually took the missus today and we went back and I saw it again for a second time. And I'm telling you, dude, I actually walked out today being like, man, I love that movie even more than when I saw it on Friday. So it grew on me literally from Friday to today. And I really liked it coming out of it Friday, but man, there was something about watching it through the second time, and maybe little things I caught that I didn't catch the first time. I picked up you know, I don't know, sometimes I feel like when you see a movie a second time, your expectations are a little bit leveled out. So when you watch it the first time, you know, it doesn't reach your full expectations. You know, my full expectations, obviously, with Suicide Squad would have been to come out of it with a 5-star. You know, 5 out of 5, incredible. But I didn't. I ended up giving it 4 out of 5. And so seeing it today, I don't know, there was just something about it that I sat back and I just had this grin on my face almost for the entire movie. And when I walked out, I said, man, I really enjoyed that actually more than I did the first time. I still give it a 4 out of 5. But it's awesome, man. You know, it's not a perfect film. There are some, you know, a little bit of kind of dull moments throughout it. That it's not as fast-paced as I would want for something like this. But overall, I think they did an excellent job. And I really, really enjoyed the movie. So, I'm telling you, I've seen it twice already in literally less than 3 days. So, if you like the DC tone, if you like the DC universe that they're building, if you want to see it continue, then definitely check this out. I think it's worth to check out. Don't be swayed. I ask you guys all to please not be swayed. I know way too many people that are very quick to say, well, the critics hate it, no one seems to like it, so I'm not going to go watch it. Even if they wanted to watch it at some point, please go judge for yourself. Because everybody I know personally that has gone to see it has ended up walking out liking it. My wife even liked it, and she's not even the biggest into these kind of films. You know, Geeky Pat brought his wife on Friday. She liked it. It really is good for all genders, ages, sexes, whatever. It's a fun movie, and it's a really cool, different side to the DC universe that we haven't seen before. So I just urge you that if you saw the trailers and you were like, this looks like something I want to see, but you were hesitating because the reviews were so bad, don't listen to it. If you go look on Rotten Tomatoes gives you 2 scores, the critics and the fans. Yes, the critic rating is at 26% rotten. You know what the fan rating's at, though? 74% positive. 74. Overall, out of their Rotten Tomatoes 5-star scale, it's got a 3.8 out of 5. So when I say I give it a 4, I'm pretty spot on with what the majority of the audiences are liking about this film. You know, out of like 85,000 reviews, their average is 3.8 out of 5. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. People do like this movie. I don't know why the critics don't, but who cares, right? I mean, I'm a critic, and I don't give a fuck what the critics say. I'm telling you, go check it out. So, there's my review of Suicide Squad. 4 out of 5 for me. I love it. I can't wait to continue to see this universe grow. We have Wonder Woman next year. Then after that, we have Justice League bringing everybody together. I'm excited. I can't wait to see where everything goes with Joker, Harley Quinn, all these characters. Are we going to get a sequel to Suicide Squad? We'll see. All right, so let's move on over, and we'll do whatever news has come out in the past couple days and get caught up on everything. Ruby Rose, who a lot of you will know from Orange is the New Black, she's going to be in the new XXX movie. She actually just signed on to join Jason Statham in his new giant shark thriller called Meg. So she's been added to that cast. Congratulations to Ava DuVernay, who's the first woman of color to direct a $100 million plus film. That is awesome. She is a big director. She directed Selma. She was going to direct Black Panther there for a minute, but things fell out with Marvel. But she's doing A Wrinkle in Time, and she's going to be doing a massively budgeted film, so congratulations to her. This news gets me excited. Classic Autobot Hot Rod is set to appear in Transformers The Last Night. So Transformers 5 coming out next year is finally bringing on Hot Rod. I remember Hot Rod from the animated movie in the 80s where Optimus died and he became Rodimus Prime. And I always loved Hot Rod, dude. I thought he was a badass Autobot. Some people didn't like him, but I think it's cool that we're finally going to get him in the movie universe. So awesome. Kyra Sedgwick, her new series called 10 Days in the Valley has just been given an ABC order. So that's pretty cool there. Matthew McCall has joined Legends of Tomorrow as Commander Steel. We have the first official teaser trailer for Masters of Sex Season 4. This is interesting news. ABC Network is in talks for a Star Wars TV series. Yes, it's something that we've been hearing rumors for the last couple of years about maybe Netflix doing, but now ABC, which of course has got a deal with Disney, they're owned, I think, by the same parent company. They want a Star Wars TV series very bad, and they're currently in negotiations for it. So very cool there. We'll see. No word as far as like what timeline are we going with, what are we going to do with it. It's just early talks, but it is something that they want to do. Joel Edgerton has joined Jennifer Lawrence in a new movie called Red Sparrow. Jack Rayner, Will Poulter, and Ben O'Toole have just joined Catherine Bigelow's new Riots drama based on the Detroit riots in 1967. A Dirty Rotten Scoundrels remake is in the works with Rebel Wilson, so that's very interesting. HBO has announced a new anthology comedy series called Room 104 from the Duplass brothers. I'll be interested in this. I think the Duplass brothers are very smart and witty, and they do some pretty cool stuff, so I'll be anxious to see what they come up with for Room 104. We have the first official trailer for XOXO, new Sarah Hyland Netflix movie that's coming out. Let's see here. Supergirl has just cast Katie McGrath as Lena Luthor. Yes, Lex Luthor's sister is coming to Supergirl. Because, why not? Let's have the evil girl version of Lex Luthor to fight Supergirl. I like Supergirl, so I won't sit and make too much fun of it. But I always think it's funny that just because we have a female superhero, then now we need a female villain, and it has to be related to Lex Luthor, right? So, Lena Luthor coming to Supergirl. This is a little bummer. Kenneth Branagh is doing a remake of Murder on the Orient Express, and we reported here a couple months ago that Angelina Jolie was in negotiations and probably was going to lead the movie, and it just came out that Angelina Jolie has dropped out, so she is not going to be part of the film after all. Kevin Smith saw Suicide Squad, and he says it did DC Comics proud. He loved it, and you can actually watch his full spoiler review on YouTube right now if you search for his show, Fat Man on Batman. So, pretty cool there. Kevin Smith's a big sweaty nerd who loves his Batman, so it's cool to see that he really enjoyed Suicide Squad. James Gordon and Rose Byrne are in talks for Sony Pictures' new movie, Peter Rabbit. I don't know much else about that. Bradley Cooper and Todd Phillips, man, these guys love working together. They're bringing a Joby Warwick's Pulitzer Prize winning book to HBO as a miniseries. It's going to be called Black Flags, The Rise of ISIS. Yes, very serious stuff here, which is kind of interesting, being that it's from Bradley Cooper and Todd Phillips, who love to do comedy stuff. So they're going serious here with an ISIS show on HBO. We have the first official teaser trailer for Christopher Nolan's new World War II epic called Dunkirk, which I know Geeky Pat is all over. So check out that teaser trailer. It doesn't show much. It really, truly is a teaser, but it's kind of cool. Daisy Ridley's going to headline Lionsgate Movies' big screen take on Patrick Ness's Chaos Walking trilogy. Yeah, so they're going to turn the Chaos Walking complete trilogy into a movie series, and Daisy Ridley's been given the lead on that. So congratulations to her. Of course, Daisy is Rey in the Star Wars movies, and so she's got a whole nother franchise she's taken on, which is pretty cool. Fox's new series Pitch has added Unreal's BJ Britt to the roster there. Jared Leto has revealed that many of his Joker scenes in Suicide Squad were cut. He says that you should be seeing a ton of them on the Blu-ray. We keep hearing little rumors that they might do like an Ultimate Edition, like the Batman v Superman one, because there's two different kind of cuts of the film that they did, one more serious and then one like the theatrical one. But they filmed a lot of stuff with Jared Leto as a Joker, and like I said in my review, he's in the movie for maybe 5-10 minutes if you put all the times together. And even if you just watch the trailers, there's stuff in the trailers that he does that's not even in the movie. I know he was a little disappointed about it. He says when he saw the final cut, he was kind of like, where did all my stuff go? But, it wasn't a Joker movie. I understand. This was about the Suicide Squad. I think they just kind of overfilmed stuff with him just in case, and then kind of took it from there. So I would love to see the extra stuff with him on like an Ultimate Edition or something. And definitely the Blu-ray. I want to see all the Joker stuff for sure. It looks like ABC has big plans for Marvel TV shows. And let me bring this up here. There's a lot of stuff going on right now with ABC and Marvel. They it didn't seem like it at first because they canceled Agent Carter. They passed on picking up Marvel's Most Wanted. But there's a lot of Marvel stuff that they're looking at. One of the big rumors that I've heard is that Marvel gave ABC the right to use any of the Inhumans they want, and that's including like Black Bolt and Medusa and like that main cast that you know they were going to do the movie on. They have rights to use all those characters now, which I think is nuts. Looks like ABC is sitting down with Marvel in the next couple weeks to figure out what they want to do. We know Ghost Rider is coming to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Let's see here. Yeah, no other real specifics, but it's very interesting on the whole Inhumans part, for sure. Like, if they can use all the big characters, that'd be nuts. Reese Witherspoon is in talks to star in Nancy Meyers-produced Home Again movie. Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins says she loved Suicide Squad, so it was another big article that came out, so good to see the DC love there. We have an article up with the Lionsgate executives talking about what the Divergent TV series could look like. If you're interested, check out that article. I'm not going to bother reading into it. Excuse me. The Detroit Riots movie I talked about earlier that Catherine Bigelow is doing, Anthony Mackie has just signed on to join that project as well, so that's a good addition. Awesome there. Suicide Squad set some new Thursday pre-show records for August. It made $20 million just in those Thursday previews, so that's awesome, man. Great record smash right there for Suicide Squad. Melissa McCarthy and Maya Rudolph are going to be doing a new movie called Life of the Party. I like it. I like those two. Natalie Portman's going to star in a new HBO miniseries from the creator of Friends. Preacher concluded its first season as the number 2 most watched new cable drama for 2016. Very cool there. I'm way behind on Preacher. I really need to get caught up myself. There's an article up that talks about Zack Snyder actually directed a key scene in Suicide Squad. So I won't say what it is because it could be a little bit of a spoiler. So if you're interested to see what scene Zack Snyder filmed for the movie, check that out on our Twitter page. We have the first trailer for Anti-Birth. It's a new horror movie starring Natasha Lyonne. We have the first teaser trailer for The Man in the High Castle Season 2. Kevin Hart says he wants his own Jason Bourne franchise. He says he wants to develop his own Jason Bourne style action franchise. Cool, why not, man? I'll take anything with Kevin Hart. Love it. I don't know what's going on here with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but they announced that Ken Marino is set to play the new captain on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Hey, man, I want Andrew Brower. Andrew Brower as the captain is my favorite character. They kind of did something like this last season, and I hope that Andrew Brower's not leaving the show. I don't have any more details right now. All I know is Ken Marino is coming on as the new cap. If they lose Andrew Brower, I'm going to be really, really sad because that dude makes the show so awesome. Luke Evans has boarded the new mystery thriller State Like Sleep. That's cool. I love Luke Evans, so anything I'll be stoked on. Coming this week will be the first trailer for Resident Evil, the final chapter, so we finally get a look at the final hopefully the final Resident Evil movie. So looking forward to that trailer debut. Keep your eyes posted on our Facebook and Twitter page for when we post that up. There is a mid-credit scene on Suicide Squad. It's, right in the middle of the credits. There's nothing at the very, very end, but there is a mid-credit scene. So if you go to see the movie, don't leave. You definitely want to watch it. It's very, very cool. If you have any questions about it or not sure what really went on in that scene, I did post an article that says check out the explanation of the mid-credit scene in Suicide Squad, so therefore it'll break it down for you a little bit much. I also have another article that says it's a list of Suicide Squad Easter eggs, references, and trivia that you can check out. Pretty cool here for Star Wars Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Jimmy Smits confirms that he has a small part in Rogue One, so I like that they're bringing in these characters from the other movies, kind of make this little spin-offs actually make more sense together. Simon Kinberg explains that the Gambit movie delays are because it takes a while to find the right tone. He says they're really working hard to find the right tone, to nail down the script, and make it all make sense. So he says they really want to take their time with it and not screw it up. So I'll take that. You know, I know Friggins is losing his mind over waiting on this movie, just like Geeky Pat's losing his mind waiting on his Green Lantern movie. So we all have our characters we wait for. You know, I'm losing my mind waiting for Superman to get resurrected. So let's go here. But you know, hopefully they're doing the right thing for Gambit. Suicide Squad exploded to $65 million on Friday, so a very massive debut for Suicide Squad on Friday's box office. Brie Larson is studying up ahead of her Marvel movie debut. There's pictures of her reading all kinds of Captain Marvel comics, and she's really studying up and getting to know this character, which I applaud her for, because there's a lot of people that don't bother to take the time, so I'm glad that she is. Suicide Squad, as of the weekend, has opened up to $267 million worldwide, which is awesome, and it also shattered the August box office record by bringing in $135 million at the box office for the number one spot, breaking the previous record holder, which was Guardians of the Galaxy, with only $93 million. So it smashed Guardians' record, which is pretty awesome. So what I'll give the DC Universe, man, is even with as much negativity as these critics have been given Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad, these movies are making some money. Great debuts for both of those films. Setting August records, which is great. Let's see here. I think we might just be caught up with all the news. I told you. Wasn't much, man. George R.R. Martin reveals that he's doing a Wild Card series is in development. I don't follow George R.R. Martin. I'm not sure what the Wild Card series is. But it says he actually won't have direct input into this because of his HBO deal, and this is going to be through Universal Cable Productions. So, but at least something's coming. So if you're a fan of him and his books, there you go. There's the news. The Wild Card series is in the works. Amazon has also set some premiere dates for Transparent and Woody Allen's new comedy. You can check out that article. Just posted it earlier today with when those are coming. And lastly, Dirty Dancing star Jennifer Grey says she turned down a role in the ABC remake that's coming out later this year. Sounds a little bitter to me. Why wouldn't she just pop up in a little role? That would have been nice. So that is your news, man. I told you it wasn't going to take much to get caught up here, since we only had a couple days worth to go back through. So let's go through our releases and our full box office. Coming in on DVD and Blu-ray this Tuesday is Tom Hanks' latest movie, A Hologram for the King, in theaters on Friday. Sausage Party, which I'm super stoked to see, man. I think it's going to be hilarious. Sausage Party, Pete's Dragon, Florence Foster Jenkins, Bloodfather, and Hell or High Water all hit theaters on Friday. Here's your weekend box office. Coming in number 10, it's Ice Age Collision Course with $4.3 million. Number 9 is Ghostbusters of $4.8 million. Number 8 is Nerve of $4.9 million. Number 7 is Lights Out with $6 million. Number 6 is 9 Lives. That's a debut. This is its first weekend out. 9 Lives with $6.5 million. And I think a whopping 4% on Rotten Tomatoes. 9 Lives looks so bad. Oh, Kevin Spacey. I think he just needed to buy a new house. Number 5 is Star Trek Beyond with $10.2 million. Number 4 is The Secret Life of Pets with $11.6 million. Number 3 is Bad Moms with $14.2. Number 2 is Jason Bourne with $22.7. And number 1, like I told you earlier, Suicide Squad. What are we? Some kind of Suicide Squad? Suicide Squad comes in number 1 with a big $135.1 million and another $132 million internationally. The only bummer here is that it looks like this movie might not get a release in China, which would really, really hurt, because that's where a lot of that international money comes from. So that kind of sucks. But we'll see what happens, man. But 135, excellent debut for Suicide Squad, coming in at number 1. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a nice smooth 30 minutes for tonight's episode. All that chit-chat's gonna get you hurt. And thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, amiontheair.com is our official webpage. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/amiontheair. Follow us on Twitter at amiontheair. Follow me on Twitter at dxdonmega. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, man. That's just what I'm going to say. Even if you're not big into Twitter, but you want to be up on the latest news as it drops, then just sign up for Twitter and just favorite my feed, and you'll get all the latest news as it drops throughout the week. If you're just on Facebook, same thing, man. You'll get a couple updates throughout the day on Facebook to give you all the latest news. And of course, the latest trailers and everything will drop on there as well. You can, where the hell was I? Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. You can, of course, subscribe to us on iTunes if that's your thing. Download, rate, and subscribe. Please leave a comment and a review. That would be great and help us out a lot. We are, of course, available on reddragonsradio.com, and that you can follow on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio, so you always know what's going down with all podcasting and all the greatest shows on the interwebs. We are available on the go through some apps, so if that's the easier thing for you to do, you can listen to us through Google Play Music, through Stitcher, through TuneIn, through Spreaker, and of course we're on YouTube as well, youtube.com/AmIOnTheAir. Definitely follow us on Instagram as well for some pretty cool pictures and posters and stuff. So that'll do it for us tonight, August the 7th. For this latest edition of Am I on the Air. Hope you guys have a great week. It's going to be a busy one, and we'll come back next weekend with another new episode, and we'll be talking a little sausage party. So till next time, y'all. Peace.
Biggest boss, and I've been a trillist. I'm a bigger problem when I click with Skrillex. Murder on my mind, it's time to pray to God. My revolver's not religious, the revolution's born. You wanna know my name, to go and tell us us. You wanna know my gang, Suicide Squad. Pistol on my waist, I might make a mistake. Headshot, oh my God, am I crazy? Drugs every corner, this is Gotham City. Killer crop, came to kidnap you to cut out your kidney. Ain't no mercy, got that purple Lamborghini lurking. Rose, so she know that pussy worth it. Flooded Rolex at the Grammy Awards. They still selling dope, that's those Miami boys. Killers everywhere, it ain't no place to run. Forgive me for my wrongs, I have just begun. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy. Got that purple Lamborghini lurking. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy. Got that purple Lamborghini lurking. Rose, don't be begging for your life, cause that's a lost cause. High stakes, body armor, suicide, boy. It's the time for games and it's the time to kill. Make up your mind, baby, cause the time is here. Capital murder, capital letters. Yeah, she catching my vibe, but she can't fathom my cheddar. Need a couple gang members for these new endeavors. From this point on, anything we do together. Body on the corner, million in the trunk. 7 figures, I spend that every other month. Killers on the corner, talents in the clip. Build a palace out in Paris just to fill with bitches. Say my name and I'm coming with the gun squad. Everybody running, homie, there's only one God. Cocaine, white Ferrari, I'm in the fast lane. Every day was life and death, that's when the cash came. Count money, drug residue, even blood on it. He had it trapping till I put my cuz on it. Kicking in the door, boy, the Suicide Squad. Needle in my arm, so I'm do or die for it. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy. Got that purple Lamborghini lurking. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy. Got that purple Lamborghini lurking. Rose. Dope boy, ring sale, real hip. Forgive me for my wrongs, I have just begun.
Bye, Daddy. Red Dragon! Red Dragon!